Hello, everybody. Today is Tea with Tamara, my favorite day. I prop my phone against the backside of my computer, which is super techie, I know. But I've realized that I'm not a techie person, so this is okay. So I just want to share secrets again. So today's tea, my secret is I buy my tea at Winners. That's my big tea. But we're having a organic peppermint tea today. And I am totally showing off my beautiful mug that Blair Cox, high five Blair Cox, thank you, call out, shout out, gave me, which has a little heart inside. And it says caffeine and then the world. So today's kind of like a coming out of the closet story, because I don't think I've shared exactly what my awakening felt like with anybody, to tell you the truth. I've started to talk about it recently, but until then I never actually described my awakening to the people in my life, my friends, my family. So I've always had like those strange premonitions. Where you can say, I feel something bad is going to happen today, or, about Ethan, but I never ever acted upon it. So where it truly began was when 2 years ago, and I have to be honest with you guys, 3 years ago, if you asked me if I believed in God, I would have said no. What? Right? It's crazy. And I hated hearts. I thought hearts were gaudy and cheesy and stupid. And I didn't want any. And I told my husband if he ever bought me heart jewelry, I'd be so mad at him because I hated them. And look, I got a heart right here. And so what really started to happen is when Ethan and I got to our breakup and we were no longer in each other's lives, and I started meditating to try and connect. I would have done anything, guys, anything to pull myself out of that slump that I was in. It was horrific. I had no idea who I was, where I was going, what my name was. I spent most of my time in the fetal position. I had lost a piece of myself when I lost him. Part of that was codependency. Part of that was the fact that, I had lived to be his mother for so long. I didn't really have my own identity. And when I started meditating, there came a point where after I stopped sleeping through them, I started to receive some sort of messaging. So it came as a voice. It was my own voice. It was in my own head, but it wasn't me. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this. So when I started to hear these voices, I realized that there was something greater and more powerful than myself that was working with me and through me at that time. Now, here's where the physical things started to happen. This is when I started to get extreme ringing in my ear. So I'd be going for walks and I'd have ringing, and it would almost feel like I had, help me out here if you think of the word where you get dizzy all the time. What's that? Somebody help me out. Type it in. But I always would say that I felt like I was walking on a dock. Vertigo. Yes. I had like a vertigo-like symptoms, ringing in the ear, and I didn't understand thank you, Kelly, what was going on, right? And then it started to progress into, they say, I've been a trainer for 10 years. When we're working a muscle that we're not used to working, we get soreness, like delayed onset muscle soreness. So if you do a leg workout, your legs hurt the next day. So as I was opening up to receiving all this information and allowing it to come through me, all of a sudden my brain, no kidding, my brain would absolutely cramp. I would get like these brain aches, and I couldn't tell they weren't headaches, and I knew that they weren't. So my awakening was not a step into this joyful place of being. It was more like, okay, ringing ears, dizziness, headaches of the brain, kind of working into a place of my brain that had been dormant or asleep. Because when we choose, Anik, I love you, Anik. When we choose to step into something bigger, these things were sleeping. They were like roadblocks all up inside in here, right? So as the worker crew goes in and it's chipping away and opening up all these pathways for me to receive, it took a little bit of a physical response system on me in order to do so. So I want to talk about when you start to go through the awakening as well. It's a really truly magical thing that occurs. All of a sudden, different people, situations, and events started presenting itself to me. I've been reading this kind of stuff for a really long time, but I can tell you right now, I honestly truly believe that the vibration in which we emit is responded back to us. It comes back to us like a mirror. So as I started to almost vibrate a little higher as I was opening up and things like that, all of a sudden people were coming to me and asking, or showing me things or inviting me to things. And I have been in therapy for over 10 years. And I say this proudly. I had a lot going on. I would actually say it's been more like 20 years. Close to 20. Same person. I've seen her forever. And out of the blue, she says to me, and I mean, I've been seeing her a long time, I think it's time for you to come to a Course in Miracles that I run. And I'm like, what is this Course in Miracles? I don't know what a Course in Miracles, but like, what is the weird thing that an off chance she all of a sudden out of the blue? So I started to go to this class, which is an awakening class as well. And I love you, Michelle. Thank you. I love A Course in Miracles because it teaches us that every day miracles are happening around us. And it teaches us every day how we can see them and be aware of them and celebrate them. Because in itself, that grateful heart is part of that awakening process, right? So when you are living in an awakened state, it's the smallest things that bring the greatest joy. For instance, this mug has been like my absolute, that day I received another gift and I had a conversation with somebody, and that beautiful day became so much more. Here's the piece about awakening that has been a bit of a challenge. When I became fully awakened, I realized that my goal in life, or my purpose in life, was greater than where it was before. I now became in the service of something bigger. And in becoming in the service of something bigger, it was like a transformation and a transition had to occur. So for instance, I hear things, and sidebar, I'm going to tell a little story, and I'm talking really fast because I'm really excited for some reason. I didn't plan this talk. I was reading an article about women who were successful that were being interviewed, and I don't remember where I was reading it, unfortunately, I'm sorry. But they were on film and on camera, but when the camera stopped and the women asked, how exactly did this happen? Every single one of them said, I'm going to tell you something, and it might sound crazy, but I hear a voice that tells me what I need to be doing. So for me, it came in with, write a book. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. It was like haunting me. I'd be going for a walk. It would be following me. I'd go to get ready. I'd hear, contact Hay House. Now, I did sit down to the computer and look up Hay House. It's a fortress. You really can't get in very easily. But it brought me to the place where I was able to find Angela Loria at the Author Incubator, which is exactly where I needed to be in the service of something greater than me, because she works with a servant's heart and she's teaching me to do so successfully. And in doing that, I am now in a place where I get to open myself up to helping the people who are in need of my services and who need me, which is working with mothers with children with mental health, step out of the chaos and redefine who they are, really, reacquaint themselves to their soul purpose and their soul gifts, which is absolutely amazing. And in doing that, even more people have come into my life. But when you're in this awakened state of helping others, some people don't understand the journey that I've taken on. And it makes my heart sad at times, because I love every single person who my heart and my soul and my life has touched with such abundance, that sometimes not having the connections in the same way is challenging and it's difficult. But for me, where I am right now, what I've learned is that I need to keep myself in a space where the people who are coming to me that are in that need or in their place of transformation, I need to be in this space to be able to help them move through it. And that's where I sit currently in my awakening. So I went from not believing in God 3 years ago to knowing that God is pure love and energy. And I can't even imagine not knowing that that energy is in everything, right? It's in this coffee cup. It's in the tea I'm drinking. It's in the fact that you and I are able to do this right here, right now. And that's a pretty magical thing. And on top of that, I love hearts. I can't get enough of hearts because I want to be love and spread love. And the fact that Facebook has these hearts, like icon them, we can throw them up on a conversation, blows my mind. I could just sit there and press the heart buttons just because I like to see the hearts flashing by 24/7. Like, come on, how cool is that, right? And so I went from not believing to 2 years ago, opening myself up to hearing, to going through the physical response system, to hearing angels, to be able to help people hear their own angels or to service them through that. Now I'm doing chakra readings, and now I've got the program Becoming Me. And all of this has been the process of my personal awakening story. And I don't know why it was something that I needed to tell everybody, because I don't think I'd ever actually physically gone into the details of what's happened over the last couple of years. Some people close to me or in my family might have felt a shift or a difference in me. Well, now everybody can understand what it is. Wow, that was really like chatty chat. I really want you guys to know that Tea with Tamara on Wednesday mornings is truly about you guys. The last couple of weeks I've kind of chosen what it is that I feel is kind of important for me to let you guys know. But I would love to talk about anything that is on your mind. So please, in the comments below, even today, or in a personal instant messaging, or at tamara@theenchantedfairy.ca, give me a question that you guys would like to hear answered, and I will bring a tea mug and some tea. Hi, Tamara. Your name is awesome. It's mine, too. How cool is that? Good morning, Ange. And again, ask me any questions, and I will totally come back every Wednesday because I love you guys, and this is my favorite day of the week right now, is being able to spend this space and time with you guys. So have a truly magical day, and yeah, I will see you next Wednesday. Same time, same place. Tea with Tamara.